Movie Talk.
Warcraft the movie. Directed by Duncan Jones, who also made Source Code and Moon. And I have to say, first time I saw Moon, I saw it as a cover. It was a man and a circle. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna see this movie. Until one of my friends came to me and said, hey, have you seen Moon? And I said, no way, man. And he told me, wow, it's an amazing movie, you have to see it. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna see it for you. And when I saw it, I was amazed. I was drawn into this universe. It was a calm, dramatic storytelling, and it was amazing. And right after I bought it immediately, it's one of my top 10 movies of all times, and I freaking love it. It's an amazing movie. Go see it if you haven't seen it right now. So when Duncan Jones was assigned to making the Warcraft movie, I was really excited because I think he's a talented director, and I'm really looking forward to see this movie for a long time. And also, I have been a player of World of Warcraft. I played it since vanilla. I played it in Burning Crusade. I played it in Wrath of Lich King. Then I stopped. Haven't really played so much ever since. I played a little Mist of Pandaria and Warlords, but not really anything serious. And I don't really play it right now, but I still love the story. I have followed the story ever since, though I didn't play it, because I think it's an amazing world. I love the story about the Titans, about the shape of Azeroth. I love the story about how orcs and humans meet, and this is what this movie is about. So let's go to the review, shall we? I got a fast recap of the story if you don't know it. It's about two factions, orcs and humans. The orcs world are dying. They need another world to live in, and they find a way to get through a portal into Azeroth, where the humans live. It gets a lot of conflict because for orcs, war is a way of life, and humans don't see war at the same way. So it's starting a war between orcs and humans. The orc leader, Gul'dan, needs human souls to sustain a new portal for the rest of their people to get into this world, and the humans are trying to find a way how they can get the orcs out of Azeroth. Not all orcs like their leader's methods, and an orc called Duratan, that is the leader of the Frostwind clan, begin to realize that the cause of the destruction of their world is because of their leader. And he's trying to find a way how to be able to live in this new world together with the humans in a world without their leader. So Warcraft The Beginning is a really interesting movie. I think it succeeds in getting you sucked into this world. You really feel you are part of this, and you really feel that you want to be a part of it. It's really great special effects that's made in this movie. I think I love the way the orcs look. I think they did a really good job there. I love a lot of the spell casting that the Medivh and Khadgar is making. I do think it's pretty unique from other movies. Don't think other movies have done like this before. So it's really thumbs up for that part. Really take us to beautiful places in Azeroth that really makes it feel big and feel dangerous, and it's really making it as a big scale movie. And I think that's great. You're going from deserts, you're going to beautiful forests, to snowy mountains, to rocky mountains. You're really getting a lot of different nature perspective, and it feels big. It feels like you are in Azeroth, and that's really a cool thing that they have succeeded in. I think it's really important that you feel it's a big universe that you are getting into this movie, so it doesn't fail in just like being in this small closed environment. But they succeed in it feels big, it feels great, and I really love it. I also really like the way they make characters feel unique. You really know the difference between a mage and a warrior, and you know the pros and cons to each of these classes. And you really feel they are completely different character, and they don't look similar to each other. They're really diverse from each other, and I think that's a really good aspect of it. These aspects really get us sucked into this universe, that we want more of it, and we really are entertained in it. There's also a lot of great action scenes in it. It's really enjoyable overall, and I really liked it. But with that said, if we look at the story and the characters, I do think this is where the movie begins to show its weaknesses. And it's kind of bad because the story and the characters is the most important thing in the movie. And the story in this movie is told through a lot of different characters. So you don't really have one main protagonist to move this story forward, but you have different kind of characters. And for me, I would have been fine with Durotan and Lothar moving this story forward, mainly as characters. But it's not only them, you also have Khadgar, Garona to move this story forward. And I think it's a problem because I think you have too many characters in focus here that are going to get a lot of playtime, and you don't really have enough space for develop your character properly, and I think it's a problem in this movie. But I think the biggest problem is that these characters telling a different story each, and they have their different problems, and that is fine if these stories are combined together to a big whole thing later on in the movie. But that doesn't really happen, and you're really kind of waiting for it, and when you really think and hope it will happen, it never does. And it's just going to feel so messy in this movie because you have like 3 separate movies that is getting told through different characters, and they're just moving the story 3 different ways, and you're seeing them in 3 different ways, and they're really not joined together, and it's really annoying to look at. It's kind of, you can make 3 different movies in this movie. If you moved Lothar, Durotan and Garona, you could actually make a movie only about Khadgar, because he have his own story going one direction. If you move Khadgar and only have Lothar, you can also make a whole movie about him, because he's moving the story another way. And if you only have Durotan, you can also make a movie because his story is different from the others. And that's messy, that's too messy. A good example of this is in American Gangster, where they have 2 main characters in focus, and they have their completely different stories, and they're moving it different way, and you don't really have them together. But when you get more and more into the story, their stories are getting closer and closer together, and in the end they are combined, and they're creating something really nice and cool. If you haven't seen this movie, I will recommend you watching it. But I won't really go more into details about this because I will end up spoiling something, and I don't really want to do that. But if you want a more in-depth analysis of this, you can just write a comment below, and I will maybe go back to that later. Though I said that I didn't like the stories that were going in each separate ways, I do like some of this individual stories. Though I said I didn't like the stories where they go in separate ways, I do like a lot of the stories separately. I do like the story of Jordan, the thing he's going through, where the story is taking him. I think it's really interesting to look at, and it's really enjoyable. I love the character of Durotan, Toby Kebbell. I think he's doing a phenomenal job. I really like the way he's portraying him, and I do also like the character Lothar. I think Travis Fimmel is doing a great job of going from the character he was in Viking and making this portrayal of Lothar completely differently, and I think it's really good, well done of him, and I really enjoy to see more of his work in the future. There've been a lot of mixed opinion about Medivh, the actor Ben Foster that is playing him, but I do like him as a character. I think Ben Foster's doing a great job as portraying Medivh, and I really think that he's giving some really great stuff to him. I like the calm, mentorish way that he's playing Medivh. He's like a mysterious, he's playing him really in a great way that this kind of character should be. And I love also Ben Foster in other works he's done. 3:10 to Yuba. I love that movie. He's a great actor, and I also like to follow his work in the future. I think the characters in the movie, the actors who's playing the characters, I think they do an overall good job, and it's not something where you look at an actor and say, "Wow, that's amazing what he's doing here." But it's overall good acting, and they're doing what they're supposed to, and it's really good. Despite one character, and that is the actor Paula Patton as Garona. I do not like her as an actor. I have never seen her in any movie before, but here I do not like her. I think she lacks emotion in her performance. I think she comes with a lot of neutral, boring looks. And for me, I really miss the awkward side of her. I don't think we see it enough. I actually think we really don't really see it in the movie. She feels more like human with plastic teeth in her mouth that has been painted green. And I think that's a big problem because I think overall performance of the actress really lowers the standard when she is playing Garona. And you have to think about, she is a half-breed. She is half human, half orc. Yes, but she have been grown up in an orcish society. She have never seen humans before, so she should be definitely a lot like an orc. And you don't really get that from her. You get more a human portray of Garona, and I do not like that. And I think that's big mistake, and I think that's also a problem to the story. Although I didn't say I like the story, I actually like the story all through Act 1. I think it's a good storytelling that's being made. We get introduced really great to all the characters, and it's really, really entertaining. It's only when we get to the start of Act 2 that the stories are going each separate ways, and it's going downhill. Act 1 is really, really nice. I love almost all the aspects of it. I would have liked us to see a little more of the Orcish homeworld, to see what they came from and why they need to go to Azeroth. You get it told why they need to go to Azeroth, but I really would like to have been shown why they need to go to Azeroth. And I don't really think that we get that. It's really fast, we need to go to Azeroth. And I kind of miss that. I kind of miss it to be able to identify me better with the Orcish characters and understanding why they have to do what they have to do. And I don't think we really get told that, probably. But overall, Warcraft The Beginning is an interesting movie, is enjoyable, it gives a great introduction to the world of Warcraft. So, should you go and see Warcraft The Beginning? My answer is yes. I do think you should go and see the movie. It doesn't matter if you are not a player, if you don't know the story of this world. Warcraft The Beginning are introducing you to this brand new world, and it's intriguing, it's engaging. You really get drawn into this world and you really want to be a part of the characters, and you care for a lot of these characters in this story. You're going to have an interesting and good experience, and it's I would maybe say that it's a story that you not really have seen in this way before, so it's kind of a little new thing that is interesting to look at, and you're gonna have a nice time, I promise you that. Though the story was a little messy and I didn't really like it, you have to think about that this is the first movie of a series of movies that's going to come. It's called the freaking Warcraft The Beginning. This is only the beginning. And this movie is creating a really, really great potential for a follow-up that could be really, really amazing. Shit, I spoiled something. If you haven't seen Warcraft The Beginning yet, what are you waiting for? Go see it right now. Tell me what you thought about it. Did you have the same opinion, or did you have a completely other view on this movie? If you had, I would really like to hear your view on it. Please comment below, send me a mail or something. It's in the description. It is in the description below. And let's see how many mixed views we can get. So if you like this video, please share, subscribe. It will really help me a lot. I'm really looking forward to what this channel is going to become, and I'm really enjoying having more discussion with you. See you next time.
Oh? You forgot something? Don't you know what it is? Subscribe.